we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk, we gon' have fun. We be on fire, we be lit. It's a unique hustle. Big.
Check it. This is Unique Hustle. It's your boy ECO, and I'm here with the lovely, amazing, official Miss Jamaica Wait.
Well, go on, Madeo. I want y'all to stop what you're doing right now. Go like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. And I mean all. I mean on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it. We're on it. Just Google us, Boss Talk Podcast 101. But y'all need to get on our membership program because that's where you see all the exclusive content that everybody's been asking us. Where is the full interview for this? Where is the full interview for that? That's where it is. On our membership page. How you get to be a member is under each and every video, including this one right here in the membership in the description section on YouTube. There is a link that says join our membership. Click that link, follow all the instructions, and you get to see everything before anybody else. Thank you.
Man, listen. First of all, thank you for that great intro. We got a special guest here today, y'all, from Bumpton, man. Bumpton, y'all won't never guess who it is, man. I call him OG PIRU. Ayatollah Marv is in the building all the way down to Texas. What up, baby?
Hey, I'm back at it.
Yes, sir. We knew already it had to happen. Wasn't no other way to do it but to bring you in here, man. I wanted it fresh, hot off the press, man. That YSL interview that you did when you was out in LA when I called you, when you was in Compton, I'm sorry. But when you was in off Rosecrans, when I talked to you, you said that he pretty much signed the worst deal of his life. Do you still feel that way?
The worst deal. When the white man said it's the worst deal, his own attorney said that was terrible. I don't know what he was thinking. He should have took the 15 years.
So you don't think that he can make more things happen on the ground? I asked you that on the show, on the little review we did. I felt like he took that with action on the ground. And there's also, I heard him say that, not him, but the judge say that that he can appeal this.
He has 30 days to appeal.
30 days to appeal it. He can appeal it.
Ain't no sense in appealing it if you didn't took it. So, I mean, he was just, man, we look so shallow. He don't look at the long range game. Like his attorney said, he just wanted to get out. So if you sacrifice yourself just to get out, and he could have waited 3 months, his attorney believed that they could beat the case and he could go home free, scot-free in 3 months.
But OG wasn't willing to take that chance.
Right. Hey.
It's a different world when you're sitting in there and you got to be judged by 12
years for 3 more months. I'd take that chance.
You'd have took the chance.
Man, I'd take it all.
Do me a favor.
Taking a chance for doing. You got 15 years on probation. You got to do 7.5 years on restricted probation. And then you got to do, if you can make it 7.5 years, a young man like him active in the rap industry, he's a target for every racist police, begrudging woman. All the woman got to do now is call and say he did something to her. He going to prison for 40 years.
That's the reason I wanted you to come down here, because I wanted to understand what make you think that he can't do, if he moves, let me finish, over to say Florida, because he can't be in Atlanta. He moves over to Fort Lauderdale, somewhere that's secluded. He stays to himself. He can deal with Gunna and his brother. She said that he can do tours. He can go out and do things and come right back to his central location. He don't have to be in the limelight dealing with all of the other stuff he used to deal with. At this point, he sat there for 2 years and no TV, no exposure, sitting there, coming to that court every day. You don't think he could have had the epitome and just basically changed and say, I'm not dealing with that no more?
Is that your argument?
Yeah.
Is that all you got to talk about?
Yeah.
That is such an ironic statement to even make. To go to Florida. Florida is worse than Georgia, man. Them crackers in Florida. He go over there with his big, black, buff self.
He's going to lose
one
weight.
Of these crackers,
say that.
One of these crackers, see him in the police car. Do you know how many Negroes they pulling over in Florida in brand new cars? All he have to do is get stopped once.
Getting stopped is not a problem.
Getting stopped is coming in contact with the police. He cannot have contact with the police.
He just have to tell him he got a ticket.
Okay.
You can get a ticket on probation.
In Texas, I've seen people in Huntsville with tickets doing 10 years.
You can't get a ticket when you on probation?
Get one and see. Get on probation.
I never been on probation. They didn't allot me that favor.
Well,
Was you on probation before?
I do parole. All right, and I don't do parole. I runs. I abscond.
So this probation thing, I've heard stories that it is the worst predicament that you can be in when you're trying
Somebody's over your life. You don't if you're blessed to have a cool probation officer. But you got these, first of all, you got a probation officer making $40,000, $50,000 a year, and you $1 million Negro. You know he mad about that. He coming up and seeing you with this little jewelry on, and then he have to do concerts 4 times a year for free. These crackers is crazy, man.
So yeah, because he's going to be flying out. He got to let his probation know his whole itinerary, where he's
Everywhere
going.
he going.
And basically he can give him his itinerary because they're planning and scheduling a year ahead or quarterly. So once he give that to him, are you saying that probation officer at that point becomes like basically jealous of the fact that he's traveling the world?
Allegedly. I haven't seen a cool probation officer in years. So I'm saying that brother put too much at risk for himself and his family for 7 years. For 7 years in the street as a young black man. And his problem was he had all of these phone calls. You think phone calls is not going to stop? So now he can't call nobody. He can't talk to nobody in the hood. So now he done been alienated. Now he done been put in a box. So how's he gonna survive this?
No. He still can go do his music and stuff. He can have a studio in the house. And music is going to come out frequently from him. More than you ever heard before.
No,
and
it ain't.
Yes. He's going to have a lot of time to do music now, man. Talking about different things.
He had 2.5 years to do music. Do you think white America is gonna let him put out what he did in jail?
Yeah, but he can't do music like he got to change up his strategy a little bit, but he can make it sound good. All that hollering and whining he do, he's going to make it sound good. He can talk about anything. He's an artist.
You believe in the good tooth fairy, huh?
No, I believe he'll be all right.
And you think
far as the music go, I think he'll be all right. Him and Gunna going to make good music.
Okay.
You don't think him and Gunna make good music?
I don't know nothing about his music. I rob banks, man. I don't care nothing about rap. So I'm just telling you, I'm talking legally. I'm not talking about production.
I'm just saying he's going to make music. He's going to continue to thrive in what he's been doing in the music industry.
I hope so.
But it's going to isolate him to not be able to go out anymore.
But I'm saying this is the only reason white America let him. He's still profitable to them, to the industry, or they would have dropped him. Somebody feels that he's valuable. But today, in the age that we're dealing in, with the corruption going on socially, if he puts himself or anybody around him put himself in a predicament, he is through. Just one time. You slip, you fall. 40 years, you think I would take that kind of chance?
I think you're right. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with you when I know it's going to be a slippery slope to climb. I know it's going to be tough. I know he's going to be walking on eggshells. I get that. But I also know that the way that people going to look at him, because for one, he didn't talk. He
stood up.
He didn't talk. He didn't talk. That's the thing that I think sets him apart, is that he didn't speak on what happened in a situation like all the others did. As a leader, I think that makes him more, basically, they're going to look at him they're going to respect him because of the way he stood. I don't think nobody, all these other rappers, all these other people, I can't even remember nobody that didn't really just, well, Suge, I don't think Suge spoke either. It's certain people
about
that
nobody children speak on, but nobody but himself.
But itself,
you know.
So this is, and that's the same thing Young Thug did.
Yeah, I mean, he accepted responsibility because he took a no contendere plea to the racketeering and leader of a gang. No contendere is still a guilty plea in the court. He took a no contendory.
Is that like no contest?
No contents.
Okay.
The proper word is no contendory.
Okay.
That's the legal term.
Okay.
No contents for Negroes. No contest. So the no contest play makes it where the family of the girl Chanel, I don't know Chanel's last name, that Stillwell and the other boy are being accused of killing. That the prosecution wanted her mother to come to Young Thug's sentencing to speak against it, right? Since he took the no contendory plea, took the no contents, the judge said it rules it out. It doesn't change the fact. But in the court of law, he's still held accountable criminally because he was head of the gang and he was part of the RICO, right? So it says, so he's still technically involved in a conspiracy to commit murder through phone conversation. So that's what he took. You feel what I'm saying? But on the other hand, he could have took the 15 years and they put in the same evidence that they were going to put in anyway. When you heard the prosecution read off the phone conversations that he was having with Stillwell them and asking for money, this was all part of, and I can't understand how Steele them didn't say that they allowed it to say to be that they stipulated. In stipulating, you don't have to read the charges off. We'll agree to that was being said. I would have thought he would have objected and have that stipulated into record instead of her saying it in open court. Because now when she says it in open court, she can go back to the Stillwell trial and bring that up as evidence. You feel what I'm saying? So they should have stipulated, shut up, we ain't saying none of that. We're gonna take this deal, but we're stipulating that everything that you said is factual from what you heard. And then it was still made it in their trial hearsay.
Wow. You got to understand, man. It's funny. These guys they're knocking them down pen by pen. These hip hop artists are really entrepreneurs, young black entrepreneurs. But they're not. It's not a hard job to do. When you look at Lil Durk and you see how the phone calls was made, you see he's up now against the same type of a situation that Young Thug was up against. Do you see this unfolding somewhat the same way? Do you see that? Do you think that? And this is all hypothetical. Do you think that it'll be a thing where he'll stand his ground, he'll fight? Because it's been allegedly word out here that he says he's going to fight and basically try to prove his innocence.
I believe when he go to court, he need to fall on the mercy of the court, take that plea, and get the hell out the way because it's tumbling.
His is different,
huh?
His a little different, but he still can fight.
His is more critical than Young Thug's is.
Why?
Because they got.
How's his more critical than Young Thug?
Because they have definitely records allegedly that. He paid for the car, his company paid for the car for them to get to LA, the 5 dudes, for them to come back with the same credit card and his
Young Thug had the same thing going with the conversations. Conversations and all that stuff was happening the same way.
Not the same way, bro.
What? Explain to me the difference.
The difference is who got killed about Young Thug? Who was
that?
King Von?
No. Young Thugs was basically that was Lil Durk's people was King Von.
That's what I'm talking about. Lil Durk.
Lil Durk, okay.
When they got killed and he's avenging.
Okay. Allegedly, Quando Rondo's people and them got into it.
Okay, so you have a history of this direct conflict, and he's at the head of it, and they have conversation for a year and a half. On the orchestration of this, allegedly. I wasn't there. I'm from Compton. I ain't trying to get in other people's business.
Okay.
But legally, it's a tie-in with him avenging something. With Young Thug, the the murders that happened, he had no direct ties to, because allegedly the people that died he wasn't the enemy of. And that's what they brought out in the court, that he wasn't mad at nobody. And he told them if they didn't do anything to go, he suggested that they go to the police station. So it's a whole difference between Young Thug and Lil Durk.
Wow. I tell you what, you got to understand, Lil Durk is a whole nother level when it comes down to music, Grammys, all kind of stuff. So it's gonna be definitely a hell of a situation.
What you mean, music and Grammys?
Grammys, he's a big artist. He's a huge artist, actually. He's got a lot of different.
So that just goes to show, no matter how big you get as a Negro, white people are gonna make sure they keep you in your place.
Wow.
You were showing me earlier the new facility that is coming to Compton. Now, when can we, and is Kendrick Lamar who is spearheading this?
I'm spearheading it. I'm getting Kendrick. We're some of the residents of Compton feel like the things that Kendrick has accomplished, and this is the challenge that I give to the soothsayers, the naysayers, about Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl instead of Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm. When you talk about giving, what are you giving to your community? Mm-hmm. In the things that you've been there, how you uplifted your community through the Not Like Us, built Compton back up and put a limelight, right. Put spot back into it that got all the PIRUs together and put him in a peace walk, because this is something he ignited.
And you're like, what next? What can we do with this?
So now, what we do now with Gonzalez Park, we don't even know Gonzalez. You know, we ain't never heard of him. And so
who named it Gonzalez Park?
Some Negroes. I don't know what the hell. He ain't played baseball, football. He wasn't on the block. But the gymnasium, it's the first gymnasium, and it's never been redone. We started the Hunter Hancock record hops in Compton, the first record hops, sock hops, what you call for teenagers.
So that's what's there now. You're going to redo it and make it.
Take that building down and rename it a 2-story edifice for Kendrick Lamar Youth Complex and Gymnasium.
So that facility open right now? The one that y'all?
It's Parks and Recreations. It's at Gonzalez Park.
Okay.
So I've gotten with the council person of the city of Compton.
But how did you get Kendrick? So you call up Kendrick and say, hey, this is what we need. So how did you get this rolling? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Just once he hears about it, when he got the message, it's something that's, we've had Death Row. Suge Knight allegedly went through $147 million.
Right.
And not one edifice of Death Row is in Compton. Not a building, not a house, not anything. Mm-hmm. Tony Lane had Shepherd Lane Productions with Sugar Free, and not one thing was made out of that edifice. Nothing says anything about Tone or anything in Compton.
Showing that they gave back, right.
So we have Terry Carter, who was killed allegedly by Suge. It was a complete accident, but he had Heavyweight Records, had Ice Cube. He brought up some major things, but not one edifice of Heavyweight Records is in Compton. So we just did a thing with Dr. Dre. I started Dre Day in 2014. People don't know anything. Most youngsters don't know anything about Juneteenth. Juneteenth means nothing to us, to them. Mm-hmm. They don't even know how. But when I said Juneteenth and made it Dre Day, Compton's first black billionaire, the city council made June 19th in the city of Compton, Dr. Dre Day. So Compton High School has just made a Dr. Dre Performing Arts for the school district, but that's the school. Kendrick will be the first artist to put up an edifice in Compton in remembrance of him. That him, his family, his generation, that it won't be a sign that you could just tear down and make it another name. This is the Kendrick Lamar Youth Complex and Gymnasium, state-of-the-art gymnasium, a mini theater where women can come and drop their children from 8 to 14 and watch cartoons on the weekend, and they can go for 2 hours and have young kids or people that have family planning or whatever they do in college and have to do community service can watch over them. So to make the park, Gonzalez Park is the most safe park. Every motorcycle club, every occasion, all the PIRUs go to Gonzalez Park. One way in, one way out. It's the only thing Mexicans ain't took over in the city of Compton. So this park is pivotal, and it's in the middle, and Kendrick been to the park. So when you see this and you see the building of this.
Yeah, because the images of the building, that looks amazing.
It's an amazing state-of-the-art project. And it's something that once it's in, and just I did this just for Boss Talk, since Boss Talk thought that Lil Wayne was supposed to be at the Super Bowl. Hell with Lil Wayne.
But hold on. Before you get on that, hold on. But what I want to touch about on this facility, because one thing people always say, oh, you build it, it looks great, all of that. How are we going to keep it looking great? Because anytime you always hear the saying, oh, when we get a hold of it, it's not going to stay looking great very long. They don't take care of it.
That's how are you? Because Compton still looks great, and we live there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just explaining to somebody the other day, and they were talking about when you come to Compton, you're not going to see boys in the hoods or colors. We don't have gang members hanging out with red rags on Rosecrans.
Oh, you don't?
See? We don't have that.
Okay.
They're single family. When you go down PIRU Street, you wouldn't even believe it. They're single family homes. It's not no projects.
Okay.
You ain't going over every house on the west side is community. Our neighborhoods are all family homes.
And it's well taken care of.
Well taken care of.
Okay, just want to ask.
We don't have dead dogs or like y'all having Texas possums on the side of the road. We, you know.
Yeah, well, that right there, you don't know nothing about this, homie.
What you man? I've been, wait a minute, homie.
Texas, homie. You don't know about this.
I've been down here. I had to run from Louisiana when I seen some vultures.
Let me just go back to something you said. You know, you got to understand, man. When you speak on Lil Wayne, you know, put some respect on his name. You're in the South. I don't like the way you just threw that in there. Kendrick Lamar, even as I told you before, we're not going to go here long, but he respects Lil Wayne.
And we respect Lil Wayne.
And the legacy that he built for him to walk right into. All I'm going to say on that is, man, Louisiana.
But I sent you the statistics, right? I sent you the statistics, right?
Louisiana and everything that we stand on.
Yes, sir.
As far as Texas, Louisiana, and the South, when it come down to Lil Wayne, there's no way that anybody should have came to Louisiana and not show love like they did hold on, not show love and let those artists perform down there just as they did in LA with Dre. It should have been done.
No, sir. Incorrect statement.
Should have been done. It should have been done.
Let me tell you this.
I think it should have been done.
Y'all having the Super Bowl's in New Orleans, right?
Yep.
The New Orleans Saints ain't gonna even be there.
You know what, OG? I'm not gonna do this with you.
So when the Saints ain't, and let's say buy a ticket, so then just because you're an artist from there, your rappers from Texas, they don't be at the Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys.
They will, because you guys started a trend. You guys started a trend.
What's that man name?
Jay-Z.
Mike Jones ain't never been there.
Listen, when Jay-Z started doing that, as he was leading that off, he started bringing in our culture into it, which was a great thing. But you can't come to the South and start trying to make it different because
it ain't different.
He did. Are you gonna let me finish? It's different because when you went up there.
When is the last time y'all had a Super Bowl?
You know what? We have them all the time, OG.
But I mean, just tell me.
All I'm saying is, you guys are acting as if.
I just looked at the statistics.
Oh, you talking about the Cowboys?
The last time,
New Orleans
the
Saints.
last time that the Super Bowl was in Texas, y'all had Waylon Jennings doing the opening for the Super Bowl. So you don't tell me you ain't had no rapper.
We're trying to get. Jay-Z wasn't the one constructing it at the time.
But now Jay-Z got it from East Coast to West Coast. Now
but he ain't gonna do that with the South.
Yeah, he gonna.
I already knew that.
You know what?
I already knew that.
I heard. that Negro.
I already knew that.
Wait a minute, Negroes.
I knew he wasn't gonna do that with the South because I know how he works.
Wait a minute, you don't know Jay-Z from like.
I'm just looking at the moves being made.
I'm saying this.
When it comes to the South, you gotta understand we've been running the game for a long time in the music.
What game?
In the music, we ran the game for a long time.
Y'all came in.
Man, listen, we came in hot.
Late.
And to be honest with you, hey, listen, as we should, but we came in. That's what. We still rocking y'all to sleep. To be honest with you, but the thing is, you get one little hit song and y'all they not like us. It's all right.
One hit song.
It's all right, but it ain't.
Did you say
it's
one?
All right.
Wait a minute. Did you say one hit song?
We did that a lot of times.
Wait a minute. Did you say one hit song?
Dude got one song that went a little bit.
Wait a minute. Did you say one hit?
I said what I said, OG.
Wait a minute. I sent you the statistics. And the statistics, he outweighs Lil Wayne.
Nah, he don't outweigh no Lil Wayne. Man, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Listen. Let me say this.
Go to your phone.
Ain't no way.
Go to your phone.
He went TDE, right?
No, he's independent
Top
now.
Dog.
He started off with TD.
Okay, but at the end of the day, I don't care who he with. Nobody, and you get this, and I want you to get this through your historical mental Rolodex. Nobody, none of them, have sold more records than Cash Money. Period.
You out your mind.
Period. Birdman, Cash Money, and Young Money.
Bring it up.
Cash Money, and Young Money, ain't nobody touching.
Bring it up.
Cash Money, and Young Money, ain't nobody touching them. And I'm telling you that right now. You look your statistics.
Well, if he got all that money,
Cash
why he buy the
and
Super
Young
Bowl?
Money, ain't nobody touching them.
Well,
When it comes down to record sales, billions of records sold. Billions.
God, man, that man ain't a billionaire yet.
Who?
No,
Birdman, yeah, they
he ain't no billionaire.
Yeah, they is. That whole operation is billioned up.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Pull it. Go ahead. They got $800 million.
Oh, they got a lot.
Their corporation.
They ain't finna show you everything, OG. Quit trying to like you see everything.
Y'all got the money.
You ain't seeing everything. We ain't like that down there. Y'all do that up there. We don't show it all.
Yeah, that's why y'all getting the Rico down there.
Yeah, watch your mouth. But
y'all get the damn Rico.
I want to bring up something that me and you spoke on, and I know you and Ray J, y'all basically have a past history. But Ray J actually, and this is some real talk right here, he was at the club as we spoke on my review. Me and you talked, and you headed it off for me. But I want to understand, man, is Ray J built like that for confrontation? Because I've seen him get into it. He got slapped by a dude that on Zeus. I seen it. Allegedly,
who got slapped?
They slapped him. Look it up.
I ain't looking up nothing.
Yeah, Ray J.
I don't recall.
he had an altercation at I think he supposed to went to the BET Awards, but he didn't get to go. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And they got into it outside, and then he went and grabbed his backpack. I don't know what was in that backpack, but he went like he was finna let that whole thing go. It was about to go crazy over there.
About to.
Yeah, he didn't do it though.
Okay.
They took the bag back from him and they got in the truck and left. Okay. But everybody liked to got it out there.
Everybody liked to got it.
Yes.
And your point is what?
All I'm saying is now he's having issues with Diddy's kids because Diddy's kids is running up on people for saying stuff like Diddy, no Diddy, Diddler, what else they say? They say all kind of stuff about him, but they're making games with his name. So do you think they're right to come to their dad's defense?
Do you think your kids shouldn't come in your defense?
Oh, they coming.
So I mean, that's a given. So when they come, if they come at me, it's not going to be a good outcome. So if they
you saying Diddler and Diddy and no Diddy?
I don't say none of that. I don't say none of that.
They just coming for the ones who saying no Diddy.
Well, I'm telling you this. The only thing that I can say about Ray J and the call that he made it to the wrong person.
Oh, yeah.
Because the person he called ain't took his own damn fades. So how is he gonna help you? You was with the right man. You was with Chris.
But he called Wack 100. Is what
Is that what Yosemite said?
He called a panel of people, and it was a people. I seen it online. It was a panel. It was like 8 people on there, and I think Wack took his call.
What I understand, he made the wrong call. Because, I mean, he wasn't coming to no rescue because he ain't gonna go to no club.
But when he called, he was just saying everybody need to get ready. It's about to be like the East and the West when they back in Pogny and Biggie time.
Well, he wasn't around, so how he know?
But I'm just telling you the way it was coming off. Like,
I said, man, that's
and they were like, "You get ready because it's going down, man." You were by yourself, man, and they tried to jump you. It was serious, bro. It got serious, you know.
It wasn't that serious. The hell, it wasn't. That man didn't say, "I'm gonna meet you somewhere," did he? Huh?
No, he didn't say that, but it's supposed to go down.
It's supposed to?
Yeah, if they run up on, because they try to jump him. Is that a fair fight when people jump you and try to jump you and they catch you by yourself?
Everything is fair.
Have you ever been caught by yourself and somebody tried to jump you?
I got a gun.
Oh. Have you ever seen that happen? I'll just ask you like that.
Everybody get caught slipping.
Is that what you call them, to get caught slipping?
If you by yourself, and I run up on you, me and mine.
Yeah, about 5, 6, 7, 8 people.
Because if I hit, they hit too. Ain't no fair ones in war.
So can't nobody scratch from 1-on-1?
They don't do that. Only 1-on-1 is death.
So if I, because I'm not in no gang, but
yes, you are.
No,
I heard about you.
Listen. Don't
Dallas
stop it.
Cowboys.
No, don't worry about them boys though. But listen, if you basically, if you see somebody, and this is back in the day, I'm not talking about now, you know, whatever the case may be, 5, 6 dudes run up on, if you see another guy, like go to Alonzo, his name, what was his name? The one that got caught and Suge and them caught him in the casino, Orlando.
Okay.
When he got caught like that. And even I talked to my boy BG Knockout. He from Nutty Block over there, and he was telling me that that's the only thing. Just seeing that over and over again, you know, they jumped him like that. You know, it was a tough thing to see your friend get jumped like that over and over on TV like that. You know what I mean? They kept showing it repeatedly all these years. Like, it's just something that it didn't hurt that much. He didn't go shoot at nobody after it. It didn't hurt his feelings that much. If you know, just to see my homie, we got to go do something. Yeah. I mean, if I got emotional feelings about something happened to you and I don't do nothing, was I really emotional? Yeah. After he said just go watch. But anyway, the only thing he said was just go watch the news. But after that, back to the point at hand. They be jumping, jumping it off. If it's 8 people with Diddy's sons, they all soft. Diddy's sons went to UCLA. They ain't no thugs. How many fights they ever had? Yeah, but Ray J is Brandy, bro. He from the patch. He from Carson. PIRU bumped it. He told Yosemite, blood. They got at me. Yeah. So blood. Why you say blood then? He said they got at him, man. He wouldn't call. He wouldn't make this call if it wasn't serious, is what he said. It couldn't have been that serious because the call wasn't answered. It still can go down, man. Go down where? If they run up on the boys, it's not gonna be some problem. If it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. If I done ran up on you, why I gotta do it again? No, they ran up on him that one time. He was by himself. Chris saved him. Chris Brown saved him. Because he's a gay. Now that's a gladiator. Now it ain't just no. He's a man's man. See, I think Chris is a 3rd-degree black belt. Really? He be jumping and flipping and stuff like that? What do you think he be flipping for? That man got squabs. These other studio gangsters, they ain't been in a squab at all. Ray J never did a movie where he had to fight. Oh God! I mean, I'm just saying. But let me ask you this though. See, Chris, and that's what I'm saying. And they say allegedly he reps the PIRU. You know, that's what he rep, the PIRUs. And you see, if it was 8 people, and Ray J was scary,
and Chris stepped up. So that's just 2 against 8.
No, he got an entourage with him. Chris ain't never by himself. Ray J just got caught slipping. Chris probably had his people with him.
You don't know
Allegedly,
that.
I don't know.
You don't know that. He said Chris was there.
They said Chris stepped up.
And Chris he don't need a crowd. He is the crowd.
Wow, I didn't even know Chris was like that.
You know, yellow kids got to come up harder than everybody else.
So you think because he light-skinned?
What? Man, light-skinned in the hood, you going to get beat up until you know how to beat up.
Damn. Light-skinned in the hood and he up to no good. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go back to some, Lil Durk, man. Again, I got to go back on that because I didn't really dive into it. But I think, you know, when this trial starts or when this case starts, I think we're going to see a lot of the same things happening for us sitting in trial. They're not going to let him out because they say allegedly he was trying to go out of the country.
Right.
You know, so he's a flight risk according to them. If you were, and this hypothetically, OG, if you were Chris's dad, Lil Durk. If you were Lil Durk's dad, what would you say to him now that he got himself in this situation?
Can I get the number to your bank account?
See, you ain't gonna be real with me. What would you say to him? That's it?
That's all I need to say.
Can you get the number to his bank account?
That's all I need.
No, you gotta help him out. Tell him something.
Help him what?
Ain't no help for the man.
I didn't help him before this.
No, his dad probably was giving him some. He just didn't do it. He probably didn't do what he said.
Okay, so
now you listen.
What did my grandmother used to say? I don't feed frogs to snakes.
Wow. You know, Lil Durk done got himself in trouble behind these damn credit cards, behind this damn flight, allegedly.
Wait, hold on. Do Lil Durk owe you some money or something? Why are you so concerned about Lil Durk? I want to ask
about him because this is the main thing that's popping off to where I need to understand this, man. Back in the days, OG, y'all didn't have credit cards. Not like that.
Not like that.
Y'all didn't have, it was less of a paper trail. With the way electronics is today, do you think that a person should really be getting himself on the forefront like this unless he willing to stand on it? It's a really good chance he's going to get in trouble.
And that's the whole thing with this technical world today, that those things of convenience will cost you dearly. You can't straddle the fence. I told you before, my attorney said, never say nothing on the phone you can't say in court. And if it's something of importance, if I can't talk to you face to face, I should never say it on the phone. But for convenience, oh man, come on, you got that, and that's gonna get us all in the penitentiary. Phone conversation in the feds is 5 years minimum.
How hard is it to decode, those, how when you get on the phone and you hear people say, yeah, man, I need 2.5 and a baby.
Yeah.
I need 2.5 and a baby. Meet me over there. Where we be at the Stack and Sack, but you saying something totally. Yeah. How hard is that to decode? You know what I mean? Because this is the stuff that back in the days you could do that, and they really couldn't decode it. Really, we didn't think so.
Yeah, you didn't think so, but that's why they got the rats and the people.
Oh, the rats decode.
They feed them some cheese, and they tell you everything they said. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing under the sun now that America don't know about us. We've given it out. We've given it out freely. You ain't even charge them for it. Man, just as we on these podcasts, we tell on each other. We tell on ourselves. No. They got in California, I know they got it in Texas, the police got a whole squad called the Internet Squad. And every day for 24 hours, they got 3 shifts, 8-hour shifts that decode everything gang members say. That's why these cell phones. And they roll it, and when that operative word come on, yeah, man, we over here blood, bing, and now they trade your call, his call, and that's how they get their trail.
So they don't have to work that hard because these podcasts making it a little bit easier.
Oh, baby, a lot easier.
Because the podcast pretty much
Facebook, TikTok. You see these youngsters doing jacks and murders and being on Facebook.
Yeah.
One of my little homies in North Carolina, he was on Facebook with what they call it, a switch, and some heroin and a gang of money, and the DA rolls in on him and arrests him, and he said, "Hey, somebody told, nigga, you told on yourself. I just saw you yesterday with that same thing that they just busted you with." Damn. Well, man, I don't see how they knew. How in the hell you mean you didn't see how they knew?
They definitely knew.
Well, what you think I didn't take the deal? Right now, go to the mercy of the court.
And take the damn
Take
deal.
that 8 years in the feds and go on and get the hell on out of there, because, man, I think somebody snitched. You snitched on yourself.
Wow. Man, and we're seeing that it's another guy that the op of Young Thug, YFN Lucci, allegedly is going to be getting out. You're seeing it everywhere on the internet now. January 2025, he stood strong. You never heard him speak openly about anything that went on with him and his op, which was allegedly Young Thug. That's what this whole thing was about, for they going back and forth.
Who was this?
Yeah, YFN Lucci. He been locked up behind what they would, this was the thing they was going back and forth about. They was ops. They was not friends.
So he was YSL and they was YSL?
No, he wasn't YSL.
He from F Gang?
Yeah, he's been locked up. And you hearing it everywhere. I can look it up now. He coming home January 25th. You never heard him speak though on nothing. Just like you never heard nothing from him. These guys, both of them, stood on what they was doing and never spoke on it. I can't say that when you look at it. You know what I mean? Openly, you will never see nothing but, hey man, I know what happened. I try to help the kids, and that's kind of what Thug was saying. And he opened up his heart to the court. Young Thug did. Man, that was a powerful movement.
Open up his heart. He just said too much. He sounded like he was not.
That was a powerful movement.
He was not Kunta Kinte. He was Toby.
What you mean?
I'm sorry.
What you think, OG?
I want to apologize and I want to say sorry.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
What?
You're going to get the same sentence. You already pleaded that. You ain't got to make all these. I'm gonna give back to the police and to turn in all the guns. That's some. Okay, that's some Sambo thinking right there. Young man, his attorney should have prepped him better than that.
Wow, the time he was gone, man, as people who he was friends with before he left, Rich Homie Quan, Lil Keed, his sister, basically people that he lost, while he was locked up for these last 2 years is what I'm reading. And, it's tough when you come back home and people done passed on. You didn't get to even have closure with them before they left. You know what I mean? And I know you familiar with that, being locked up and losing loved one, man. How tough is even Shawty Lowe's son, and he was on here, he lost his mother and his father and his grandmother by the time he did 4 years. Like, how tough is that coming back out and having to reevaluate things, seeing the kids left or whoever's left, and you're like, dang, man.
It's something. My sister was killed while I was locked up. My grandmother, one of my sons died of spinal meningitis.
Wow.
And that's why I made it a point. My sister-in-law got killed. But you can't change a thing in that cage. And that's why I made a definite point to see people around losing it when people passed on. And I made a conscious effort to get out of prison because I didn't want to be in prison when my mother passed. And by the blessings of Allah, that I was with her when she passed. That's the consequences of some of the things that you have to go through when you deal with that type of life. You dig what I'm saying? So, and you can't change a thing. You in there and you have to deal with it. And you deal with the consequences, and it weighs on you in one way because life has a way of going around, and for the things that you do, it's what they call karma. If people believe in karma, and I believe you take a life, you have to give one. The old African fable was, if you kill somebody in their family, you had to take care of that family. And one tribalism is that if you killed a man unjustly, they wrapped him on your back. and you had to carry him for 30 days. Just think of carrying a corpse for 30 days.
And where was that?
In Africa.
Okay.
That's why they ain't doing nothing now. Africans don't want to carry nothing in their back, you know.
Wow.
So it's a weight that, you know, and I understand, like, man, I want to get out of this because I'm seeing this, and there's nothing you can do in that cage.
Wow.
You know, you're helpless. You don't. I hear dudes talking about, well, you're in a controlled situation where somebody tells you when to wake up, when to eat, when to go to sleep, when to change clothes, when to shower, and some people need that. It's a good, person asked me the other day about, man, we don't need no police. You're a damn lie. We need police. We would be in total chaos without the police.
Wow, I got to ask you about 6ix9ine. They caught him, and it's funny because 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, they caught him probation, a parole violation. I believe it was a probation violation for meth being in his system. They took him back in. Now, you know, he had been in that trouble with all the stuff he had faced, and it kind of parallels the fact of Young Thug, you know, having to come out and deal with his situation now and be on probation. Like, it had to be tough, but he'd been out for some years now. He got beat up one time in the gym. You know, somebody caught up with him, but he went some years. I ain't gonna say 3 because I don't know exactly, but he went some years without having.
But his complexion is a lot different than Young Thug's. So, you know, he gets a lot different treatment than a nappy head gonna get, you know.
Yeah, so I seen him all outside of the country, but they just finally caught him with meth in his system, and that's what they're saying. You know, allegedly he had meth in his system.
Okay.
And you think they're gonna violate him for that, or you think he'll be able to come get a reinstatement? You know what I mean?
He's white, ain't he?
You think he'll be reinstated?
Did you just hear the sentences that they gave the Young Thug, Thug and all? Okay, when they named them sentences, do you know what they said to them?
What?
You are not able to vote. You can't have a gun, but we got a president that's running for president that had 34 felonies. And they never made mention of none of that. They never talked about a passport. They never said he couldn't vote. So it's a complexion change. Not that it's wrong or right. It's what goes on.
Yeah.
And don't nothing change until we make it change. We got to quit doing the blame. We got to take control of our own destiny. It should have been 1,000 Negroes stand up in front of that court and say, yeah, wait a minute, hold up. You found them guilty, but you can't tell them they can't vote. You didn't tell him he couldn't vote.
That's real.
So we'll sit back and say, well, Jesus gonna work it out. Jesus couldn't get off the cross. So I'm just saying, we looking for a horse that ain't gonna come in out the race. He's been giving us for 450 years the identity, what we need to do for self, and we neglect it.
Wow. I'm back to your boy. You say Lil Durk. I have to go back. Brick Baby and Lil Durk. They keep trying to put Brick Baby in the mix of this whole situation because of his past interviews, because of past conversations on podcasts and stuff, and things that were being said about him, you know, being a point of contact when he would come, you know, have things going on the West Coast. How critical is that? How crucial couldn't that be? If it's nothing linking him truly to him, will they be able to blame him for it?
That come from another gossiper, and it's coming.
But he's speaking out on it too.
Who?
Brick Baby. He's contesting it, saying, you know, it wasn't.
I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, you got Yosemite Sam again making these unauthorized. He got the call this morning. How you get all the calls? Hey, you got to look that this man has the system on speed dial. The only reason that you would know who got arrested and how the OGs called, don't know OG met like him in Chicago. He'll never say a name. And I talked to Chairman Fred
Yeah.
Mr. Rick, the original OG, ain't none of them said anything about this. They from Chicago.
Wow.
So the police chief of Chicago is calling Yosemite Sam. It got to be. Ain't nobody from the hood.
Wack say he get these calls. I call it. Wack gets these calls, and on Clubhouse a lot of times it comes out, but he always get us the information that a lot of times before everybody can get it. He always let us know what's going on, and I listen. I like, damn, how he know?
How he know?
But he definitely, and it be right. He don't be messing around.
Every
most of the time he knows what happens. Sometimes it be off a little bit, but a lot of times. But a lot of times it be on.
Yeah, when it's an arrest or something, he know because he's in direct contact with the police.
Well, I don't know about that, OG.
I
don't know about that. I don't know. That's allegedly.
That's for sure.
No, that's allegedly, man. I gotta ask you about your partner, the one that you know he's around. A lot of people are and I gotta ask you about this. My boy Vlad TV, Marlon Wayans, they had a big issue here lately. It's been crazy because he invited Marlon on, and Marlon gave him a number. He said, "This is what it's gonna cost you, buddy, if I come on there." Vlad evidently didn't like the number, so he tried to dog down his worth. Well, in turn, Marlon Wayne, one of the Wayman brothers, he went on, because Vlad made a statement he can't get 1 million views. He went on Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay. Okay. He did 1 million in a day.
Go ahead.
He went and did 1 million in a day with it, and then he went on Breakfast Club and said, "Nigga, you don't know nothing about me. You can't. I'm gonna show you how much I'm a real star." Is what he pretty much was saying.
See, that Yankee, him and Adam 12, they fallen off. They didn't have their black exploitation period. Now we're coming up. You know? So everybody get a turn. Just what you do with your turn. Wow. You know? So he's been used to using $500 Negroes and 1,000. I don't pay for interviews. I don't do them if you don't pay. You know. So now it's coming to a critical point where hood networking is falling short. So now he didn't go get Jane Mansfield or Sylvester Stallone. Can't get them.
Yeah.
So he want Marlon to do it for cheap. And he set his price. And he need to go on every black podcast it is and bring them up.
Yeah. That's what Marlon been doing. He been going to the black podcast.
You show these Can you say cracker?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying, can I get a cracker?
Oh, no. Go ahead. You got it.
These clear folks that have been exploiting, their time is up. People are starting to see what the hell they're doing to our community, what they're doing, what we're doing to ourselves for 30 seconds of fame. You know, now it's turning around, and we're embracing each other and starting to build our platform. They're gonna blackball you in a couple of months. Keep messing with me.
But they also got. I seen Godfrey, Lord Jamar. They also spoke out against Vlad. They had been on there previously, but then when Vlad said, and I just seen this the other day, I watched it was like when Vlad had did that with Minister Louis Farrakhan, they wanted him to apologize, and they had a behind the scene conversation saying, "Hey man, you know, we feel like they got on the three-way," is what he said, and we feel like you should apologize for it, but he wouldn't.
Right.
And they vowed. I think after that they decided they wasn't gonna mess with him no more.
That's
and they pulled up. But I think Godfrey said he had a show that he had already done prior to him. Right by talking to how we do an interview, and then he had talked to him after that, so he was able to put that interview out. But it was actually after he had spoken to him, but they recorded it before this incident happened.
Okay.
So it was real gray area there, but. As of now, they're pulling back. They're not dealing with him. They say they're done with it. And there's a lot of talk about that here lately. So I agree with you. I think something's going on with that.
Yeah. I think they got to find them a new trap.
Yeah.
It's emancipation, constipation. It's been reinvented.
Yeah. But that definitely is something that I look at like, man, this
so Marlon
is changing. Marlon wasn't trying to hear it.
And he
he got them brothers, all them brothers, man.
He went on Shannon Sharp and did $1 million.
Yeah, he killed it on Shannon Sharp. He went on Breakfast Club after that. He went to everybody outside of. I think he even went on. Did he go on $1 Million for Game yet?
I don't know.
He been to a bunch of them. He going, but mostly people that look like us platform for sure. Yeah. So I got to commend him for that. You know what I mean?
That's what we should be doing.
I think he's doing a great job saying, "Hey, man, I'm standing on what I believe in, and I know my worth."
That's right.
See, it's a big deal when you know your worth. A lot of people don't understand their worth, but there's a lot of worth in a lot of those people. If you start looking at all the people that was going, really, to be honest with you, Boosie, in my opinion, it's my clear opinion, I think he held Vlad up, like making people watch Vlad. A lot, meaning because of how he's a talented person at talking and music, and when he would get on there, a lot of people watch Vlad because of that, and it helped Boosie too.
He works hard in the community.
Correct. So, he works hard in the community. Yeah. He's building up a community for his kids, houses, and all kind of stuff. So, but both of them, iron sharpen iron. I get it, but I think Boosie. I ain't seen Boosie on there lately. I don't know what's going on with that either. I ain't seen him on there.
Outgrow him. You know that? So sometimes Negroes outgrow the slave master. Get their own plantation.
Man, other than that, man, OG, man, like I said, I know one thing you ain't talked to me about, and I don't know if you ain't gonna celebrate with me about it, but Big Meech is almost all the way out of that thing. He got a little time on, halfway house stuff going on, but at least he see a light at the end of the tunnel.
And now we understand that all of this gossip and all of this stuff about what this man Cuffy said, that the real rat is Cuffy.
Well, I don't know. I seen my boy, man, Wack was saying that it was.
What the I gave you the paper. I'll show you the paperwork.
Yeah.
Cuff he had nothing to do with Cuffy's arrest. Had nothing to do with it. It's nothing at all that Meech had anything to do with his conviction now. He's trying to put something together, and he even lied to his little daughter.
Wow.
Had his daughter on there hooping, and he did that to he's done nothing. It's just like if you call me and tell me Miss Jamaica getting ready to call you, and we're going to do something with the show, right? Miss Jamaica calls me and say, yeah, I got this show, we getting ready to do this, and I'm like, okay, cool. And now I'm so greedy, Miss Jamaica on the phone with Vlad, right? And she's on the phone with Vlad, and I call, hey, what's going on with the show? And she said, hey, this Marv. Oh, that's Marv. We've been looking for him, right? And it jumps off, and they get at me, right? And the next thing you know, it ain't got nothing to do with you and Miss Jamaica was talking about. My brother was involved in a drug conspiracy, and my brother, Cuffy's brother, in 2010 was arrested for trafficking drugs. And the man that told on him, Cuffy had him killed. 2010. That's what brought the police on the radar. Had nothing to do with Tammy. Whoever she was on the call with, because he says himself that Tammy had sex with one of the officers and blew the case. So they ain't on him no more. Now what Meech got to do with it was he didn't get his early time out because Tammy messed it up. That's what he said. So now the police is after him on the radar for a 2010 murder about his brother, the witness getting killed. In 2013, another conspirator, confidential informant, Andre Rush, one of his co-defendants, kills him too. And when he gets arrested, he tells on Cuff. And that's how he gets arrested. He gets arrested for drug trafficking, for murder, 2 counts of murder, criminal enterprise, and all of these carry life sentences. With these carrying life sentences, how did he get 27 years? Who did he tell on?
That's real.
So now here he is saying, well, first of all, Yosemite Sam says that Meech gave his life rights to Tammy. In the federal system and the state system, it says it's a law against profiting from ill-gotten gains. That I can't give my life story, I can't do anything and make a profit off of it, and my family can't. So I have to give it to somebody else. If Cuffy had paid $200,000, he claims $250,000. If he paid $250,000, it got to be a paper trail somewhere, huh? So why didn't he? Well, they didn't make the movie because the deal fell through. Well, where did you get the $250,000 and where did it go?
Wow.
If you spent $250,000, you know where your $250,000 went, huh? Mm-hmm. And Tammy just can't take your life rights. Suge sold his life rights like 40 times. Everybody got his life rights, but the person that he signed it to, everybody else he told.
Wow.
And played them. So Meech don't have to worry about these little soothsayers that, oh yeah, he's a snitch. It's no paperwork. And the only reason he's third party, because if Cuffy was who he said he was, he says, I gave Meech his first $1 million. When he came to St. Louis, he ain't never seen money like that before. It was 189 people arrested with Meech in 2005. How come he wasn't arrested then? Since he was such a big shot, if I get arrested with a Boss Talk t-shirt on, they coming to get you, boss. You gave me my first Boss Talk t-shirt, right?
Damn.
So how you gonna slide up from the RICO?
Wow.
You don't get busted till 2013.
Do you feel like Big Meech is still well off, that he'll be okay for us monetarily?
He'll be all right. I mean, his family, his son is a star.
So you think his finances should be well above average?
He ain't got to stand up for count. He fine. You know, he ain't got to stand up for count.
Wow. Like I said, I hopefully Boss Talk gonna want to get the interview with Big Meech when he first come home. And when he first able to speak on his first interview, we're gonna have to work on it.
Our money ain't big enough yet.
No?
No, our money ain't big enough yet.
Well, you need to blow us on up.
He ain't blowing nothing. He ain't blowing nothing.
So he want a big bag this big.
We got to twist his arm.
Yeah. Well, I don't pay for interviews, so he can forget about that.
He don't pay for interviews. So it will not be an interview, Meech. We gonna get you on the phone, though. We gonna get you on the phone, you know.
We'll do a phone with him.
Yeah, we'll do.
Whatever we can get, but
you better do what you can.
Get him how you get him.
Do what you can while you can.
Man,
try to be particular. If we can't get nothing but a Meech impersonator. Allegedly.
Yeah. Maybe we can get his son or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to work on it, man. But I respect what them guys, is doing.
I met his mom, beautiful. When
I say I respect, people like, why y'all respecting a dude that been locked up? When you done did that time and you able to come home, these people can change or anything else.
Well, why that's what killed me about folks talking about I had to change. Do you realize how many people he put to work in a drug organization? Transporting drugs, making drugs. He done made pharmacists. He done made people able to chop up dope and do things with 20 pieces. He done made mathematicians. He had to coordinate houses. He put people in real estate. He put people in, they got directors of transportation that he made living. Everybody didn't go to jail. So when you look at these dudes with these criminal enterprises, how many families did they feed? That you couldn't get in corporate America. TJ Lilly, the biggest drug organization in the world, that create fentanyl. You didn't tell them they got to change, huh? So what we always look at people. Well, man, why you? I am not gonna ever say I was an ex anything. I'm proud of what I do.
Wow.
And I do it with reverence. I believe in what I do. I'm active in what I do. Trying to recreate my community. whether it's PIRU, whether it's BGF, whatever black facility is working. I stopped being BGF because it wasn't working. The revolutionary concept that I believed in prison, they were selling heroin when I got to the street. They wasn't doing the revolution. We wasn't trying to do a helter-skelter. When I was under the believing for 52 months. You dig what I'm saying? And I had to change, you know what I'm saying? You say either you bend or you break. So it's things that you have to do, but everything that I've done in my life, I've grown from. And that's the accessibility. I have never been stagnant, sitting one place blaming you for what happened to me. Ain't no gang got me in prison. I did what I did. I did it. Oh man, the homies, they ain't looking out for me. You burglarized that house. What they got to do with the gang? But everybody try to put it, you committed a murder personal. What the gang got to do with it?
Wow, that's OG, man. OG PIRU down here in Texas, man. All the way from Bumpton, a.k.a. Compton, man. California. Boss Talk 101. We love you, man. It's been another great segment of Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk.
And we out.
Man.